Most of the day, your life looks good on paper. There's there's not much going on, but certain feelings, certain inner feelings that we feel all the time kind of stop us from getting to that next page, from stopping to getting to that life that we truly are going after. So why does it feel that when you look around and you see this life that we're living, we feel empty inside? We feel frustrated, we feel upset, and we feel like we're missing that mark of that life that we truly want to live. And I found that living this life and understanding this life, that I am a good dad. I'm a good husband. I'm a good father. I'm a good provider. I'm a good worker. But yet there's something inside of me that's going, I'm missing this. I'm missing this piece. I'm missing this opportunity for me to be more. And that's where I wanted to create this sacred quest that I build, and that I create and understand within myself. Because when you understand it more within yourself and you understand you build who you are from the inside out, that's when your life changes. That's when these circumstances outside of you can go, okay, that's not who I am. That's not who I am anymore, because I am not affected by so many things outside. And as a man, as a husband, a father, whichever place you're at or whichever role you're in, we often get taken by that situation that has happened outside. So you're driving to work, something's going on, someone cuts you off, you're like, oh, and now that's ruined your day because you're so engulfed in that situation. You've given so much energy, so much emotion to that situation that it stops you from really contributing to where you want to go in your life. Now, the solution for this, often people are like, well, just feel better. Focus more on gratitude. It works, right? I do gratitude every single day, but we're missing a piece. And gratitude won't be able to kind of solve the situation. And also, here's the big thing, my friends, my brothers. No one outside of you is going to be able to solve your life. And I really want to zoom in on that and say that with confidence, is that nothing, no one out there in this world is going to be able to solve your life but you. You have to make the purposeful change. You have to be the one to say, okay, look, this is how I'm going to live. Today I'm going to show up exactly how I mean to show up. And that is how I'm going to live my life. And when you begin to do this, when you begin to take responsibility and ownership for the life that you live and the life you want to live, that's when your life is going to transform. Now, as men, we built this functional life. We go, okay, I have these roles I have to play. I have this life I've created. I'm a dad. I'm a husband. I'm a provider. This is who I am. These are the roles, and it's functional. But is it aligned with who you are? Right? We optimize our life for that responsibility. We don't do it for identity. We don't do it to create that outcome or have that life, because I want you, my friends, to sit back in that rocking chair test at the end of your life as an old man and go, I lived that life I wanted to live. I was true to who I wanted to live. I was true to myself, because that changed. And you became that man that you truly wanted to be, not the ones that people tell you should be. The biggest thing, my friends, is you haven't lost momentum. You just lost connection with who you are, with who you want to be, with where you want to go, with the things you want to do, because you're so identified with each role that you're living in that you forget to identify with yourself. And that's what we want to do, my friends. We want to create that identity with ourselves so that we can begin to live our lives and not just a life for others. Because you've been living on output for far too long. Anything that you're solving, you're fixing, you're providing, that's what kind of is running your life. And there's no space. There's no space for that purpose inside you, where you need to be like, okay, this is how I want to truly live my life. You suppress those emotions within instead of expressing how you truly want to feel or the direction you want to go or anything like that. And it creates that numbness within you. not the peace of living that life that you truly want to live. So I want to give you a little bit of a framework today, and I called it the identity drain cycle, and the cycle that keeps you empty no matter how much you do. And when you can begin to understand the cycle, because awareness is the first step in making that change. If you're understanding that, yeah, number one, over responsibility, right? We say yes too often. You know, these projects come in, our wife needs something, our kids need something, you know, friends need help moving or whatever. And you're like, how do I do this? How do I transform my life? You carry more than your capacity. I talk a lot about capacity because capacity is that area of your life that you're like, look, if you're under capacity or you're over capacity with less of your problems or less of the situations or less of your responsibilities, you're going to be able to maintain that, right? It's like having more money in the bank account than you spend every month. You're always going to have that balance. So if you have that capacity, you're fine. You're like, yeah, no worries. I can help you do this, or I can build this, and then I can create that, still do things for myself to be the identity or be the man that I want to be. Because often when we have over responsibility, we lead to number two, which is your self-neglect. We don't take care of ourselves. You know, we all have needs. And you know, the things that I do within my life, I have needs that need to be filled. I need to work out. I need to journal. I need to, you know, get sunlight. I need to be around people. Like, I have certain needs within my life. And when I can fulfill those needs, again, I'm not drained. You stop checking in with yourself. There's no time for energy or space. These things are really relevant in your world, my friend, and you need to pay attention to them. Number three is your emotional flatline. You lose that energy. You lose that enjoyment of life and love that we have. You're not explosive. You're just empty. You're just there in body, but not in spirit, not in mind. There's no excitement. There's no presence. Life feels like maintenance. I don't know how many times I've lived my life where I'm just trying to get through a day. And it doesn't matter what goes on. It doesn't matter what's happening around me. I'm like, I just want to get through this day. I have no energy. And that's where I've been emotionally flatlined. And then you overcompensate. You're like, okay, well, you know what? I'm going to be more motivated. I'm going to overcompensate. I'm going to work harder. I'm going to push more. I'm going to earn back that feeling. And my friend, that doesn't work. You just repeat this identity drain over and over again. And that's why effort doesn't fix it. You're just reinforcing a cycle that drains you. And when you're doing this over and over again, you get confused. You get confused of being needed with being fulfilled. You feel that when other people around you are like, yeah, hey, Adam, can you come help me do this? Yeah, absolutely. Hey, Adam, can you do this for me? Absolutely. Hey, Adam, can you help me with this? Absolutely. Let's do this. And I'm like, man, I'm really needed, these friends. And it's like, no, I'm overused. I need to make some boundaries for myself where I can go, okay, look, I need to take a break. I need to take a break from me. I need to reassess the situation, because you build your identity around usefulness, not presence. And when you build your life around presence and who you are, you learn to say no. You learn to set those boundaries. You learn to say, okay, look, I can't do that today because right now I just need to work on some things for myself. And that's where you get your true power back. So today, I wanted to give you a little exercise, the return to self reset. Because once you're in that loop, it's hard to get out of it until you purposefully take a position. So daily 5 minutes, I want you to pause. I want you to end the day. At the end of the day, sit with no input. It's kind of like a meditation, if you want to call it that. But the best thing I've found is that if I journal these questions, it can remind me of how the day went, and then I can begin to improve it for tomorrow. Because that's my goal. Every day, that's my goal, is to get 1% better every day. And if I get 1% better every day, that means I'm 365% better by the end of the year. So the questions: where did I override myself today? What did I feel but ignore? And then where did I say yes But I meant to say no because I knew I was over capacity. I knew I needed to take this break, but I still pushed this. And then correct one thing. What's one boundary that you want to reset? What's one honest response? What's one small reclaim of yourself? Because the goal, my friend, is not perfection. It's reconnection. It's reconnection with who you are. It's reconnection with the life that you want to live. Because, my friend, you don't need a new life. You just need to stop disappearing in the one that you already have. And when you begin to do that, you begin to understand and go, okay, this is what I'm going to do in my life. Now, if this has helped and you felt stuck, go watch this next video, which is up here. And it's how to stop losing yourself while taking care of everybody else. And this kind of slides into this and really helps you to create that outcome and that life that you want to live. And my friends, as always, trust yourself. You got this.